Josslyn Jacks may be running out of time, and Carly Spencer has no idea how close the danger really is. That is the terrifying center of Thursday's General Hospital spoilers. Josslyn is missing, Carly is searching, and the truth is much darker than anyone in Carly's orbit may realize. This is not just a daughter ignoring calls or disappearing for a little while. Josslyn has been taken. She is trapped at Wyndemere. And while Carly may suspect Jack Brennan is somehow involved, GH viewers already know the threat is coming from another direction. At Carly's house, the panic begins with troubling news. Trina Robinson may be the one who reaches out and admits she is worried. Josslyn has vanished, and that kind of silence is not something Trina can easily brush aside. For someone close to Josslyn, this kind of disappearance immediately feels wrong. Josslyn is strong, independent, and brave, but she is not careless with the people she loves. That is why Trina's concern matters. It is not just a friend overreacting, it is a warning bell. Once Carly hears that Josslyn is missing, everything else has to stop. She tells Valentine Cassadine that she has to find her daughter right now, and in true Carly fashion, fear quickly turns into action. Carly does not sit still when one of her children is in danger. She moves, she demands answers, she assumes someone is responsible, and right now, one name may be sitting heavily in her mind: Jack Brennan. Carly may worry that Brennan sent Josslyn away to punish her. That fear makes sense from Carly's perspective because Brennan has been tied to secrets, power, and manipulation. But the heartbreaking irony is that Carly may be looking in the wrong direction. Brennan may be part of the larger danger surrounding Port Charles, but this time Josslyn's nightmare is tied to Cassius Faison, the man also known as Nathan West. That reveal gives the story a sharp emotional edge. Carly is moving with urgency, but she may not even understand the true shape of the threat yet. Meanwhile, at Wyndemere, the situation becomes even more disturbing. Cassius has turned Josslyn into a hostage on Spoon Island, and that setting alone carries a heavy GH feeling. Wyndemere has always had a dark, isolated energy. It is the kind of place where secrets feel buried in the walls, and when someone is trapped there, the danger feels colder and more personal. Josslyn is not just in trouble, she is cut off, cornered, and forced to face the possibility that she may not make it out. Britt Westbourne seems poised to uncover more of the truth, and her reaction could be explosive. Spoilers say Britt will lash out at Cassius, and it looks like she may pry the truth out of him about Josslyn. If that happens, Britt's anger will not be random. It will come from realizing just how reckless Cassius may have been. Britt may accuse him of being naive. She may see his choices as dangerously foolish, especially if he believes Josslyn can survive this hostage situation without something going horribly wrong. And Britt would have reason to worry. Josslyn is not being held in a harmless hiding place. She is caught in a dangerous web that involves people like Jen Sidwell and Ross Cullum. That is where the stakes rise again. Britt's fear may not only be about Cassius. She may be looking at the larger picture and realizing how quickly this could spiral. Sidwell is dangerous. Cullum is dangerous in a different way because he does not yet seem to know everything. The source makes it clear that Cullum is not in the loop about Josslyn's WSB status, or the fact that she is now a captive at Wyndemere. At least not yet. That "not yet" is the scary part, because if Cullum finds out too much, Britt may believe Josslyn's life could be in even greater danger. She may fear Cullum would kill Josslyn if he discovers the wrong information. That makes Britt's confrontation with Cassius more than a simple argument. It becomes a moment where one person sees the chain reaction coming before it happens. Cassius may think he can control the situation. Britt may believe he is badly underestimating the danger. And that difference matters, because in Port Charles, underestimating a threat often leads to disaster. At General Hospital, Brennan appears to have his own tense encounter with Cullum. Brennan may try to push him toward leaving Port Charles by suggesting he should resume duties somewhere else. On the surface, it may sound casual, almost like Brennan is assuming Cullum would want to move on after being shot. But Brennan does not usually speak without purpose. If he is dropping hints, there is probably a reason behind them. He may want Cullum gone because Cullum staying creates a problem, and when Cullum tells Brennan, "Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not going anywhere," that answer lands like a threat. Cullum is not backing off. He is staying right where the secrets are. That creates a dangerous collision. Carly is searching for Josslyn. Britt is confronting Cassius. Brennan is trying to handle Cullum, and Josslyn is still trapped, wondering what her captors really plan to do with her. The most chilling moment comes when Josslyn gets a visitor in captivity. It could be Cassius after his confrontation with Britt. It could also be Pascal if Pascal is assigned to watch her. The spoilers leave that part open, which makes the scene even more unsettling. Whoever walks in, Josslyn's fear is clear. She asks, "You're planning on killing me, aren't you?" That question says everything. Josslyn is not just scared. She is reading the room. She knows captivity is rarely the end of the story. It is usually the step before something worse. And now she is brave enough, or desperate enough, to say the terrifying possibility out loud. While Carly races to find her daughter, Josslyn may already believe she is facing her final moments. Josslyn's question hangs over everything because it takes this story from a missing person panic into a life or death crisis. When someone asks if they are about to be killed, the fear is no longer hidden. Josslyn may not know every piece of the conspiracy around her, but she understands enough to know she is in real danger. That is what makes this spoiler so intense. She is not waiting for someone to explain the stakes. She feels them. And for Carly, that creates a brutal emotional setup. Carly may be out there searching, possibly blaming Brennan, possibly trying to force answers out of anyone who might know something. But the viewer knows Josslyn is somewhere far worse than Carly imagines. That gap between what Carly knows and what the audience knows creates powerful tension. Every minute Carly spends chasing the wrong lead could matter. Britt's role also becomes important because she may be one of the few people who understands how badly this could go. Her anger at Cassius suggests she is not comfortable with what has happened. She may not be able to undo it easily, but her fear about Sidwell and Cullum shows she recognizes the danger surrounding Josslyn. That is a meaningful character moment for Britt. She can be sharp, defensive, and harsh, but when she sees a reckless plan that could cost someone their life, she reacts. Her concern does not erase the danger, but it adds pressure to Cassius. It also makes viewers wonder whether Britt's outrage could become a turning point. Will she push Cassius to change course? Or has Cassius already gone too far? The other danger is that Cullum remains in Port Charles. Brennan may want him gone, but Cullum makes it clear he has no plans to leave. That decision could become a huge problem, especially if he eventually learns that Josslyn is connected to the WSB and being held at Wyndemere. Britt's warning about what Cullum might do gives his continued presence a darker meaning. He is not just another player in town, he may become a direct threat if the wrong truth reaches him. While the Josslyn crisis takes centre stage, other Port Charles conflicts continue to heat up. Trina and Giovanni Gio Palmieri will come to an agreement, and their pact may involve music as both consider their next steps as performers. Compared to Josslyn's captivity, this is a softer storyline, but it still matters. Trina is dealing with fear for her friend, while Gio is facing choices about his own future. Their agreement may give them a small sense of direction in the middle of so much chaos. In another corner of Port Charles, Rick Lansing tells Ava Jerome that he intends to follow through on their plan, no matter what. That phrase alone creates tension, because Rick and Ava keeping something hush-hush is never going to feel harmless. Molly Lansing may start developing suspicions, and if she catches even part of Rick and Ava's private conversation, the pressure could build fast. Molly's suspicions matter because she is close enough to Rick to sense when something feels off. She does not need to know everything to realize there may be more going on than he is admitting. And when secrets start leaking around family, the fallout can become personal very quickly. Sonny Corinthos remains suspicious of Rick too. It looks like Sonny may talk to Alexis Davis about the possibility that Rick is planning to stab him in the back. That fear fits Sonny's history with Rick. Their relationship has always carried distrust, resentment, and complicated family tension. So even if Sonny is wrong this time, his suspicion does not come from nowhere. But the spoilers suggest Sonny may be mistaken about Rick being a traitor. The real truth seems tied to Rick's deal with Ava, and that truth should become clear sooner or later. That creates an interesting power shift. Sonny thinks he sees one betrayal coming, but the actual secret may be something else entirely. That is classic General Hospital drama. The characters are not always wrong to be suspicious, but they may be suspicious of the wrong thing. Elsewhere, Valentine reaches out to Nina Reeves. That move could carry emotional weight because Valentine and Nina's connection always comes with history, trust issues, and complicated loyalty. The spoilers do not reveal exactly what Valentine wants from Nina, so this remains a thread to watch. But in a week where Carly is panicking over Josslyn and dangerous people are moving around Port Charles, Valentine contacting Nina may not be meaningless. Then there is Willow Kane, who remains confident in her scheme to gain leverage on Drew Kane. Willow's confidence is important because it shows she believes she still has control. But General Hospital spoilers also say more obstacles are coming for her. That means her plan may not unfold as smoothly as she hopes. And that is where Willow's story connects to the larger theme of the episode. So many characters think they can control the outcome. Cassius may think he can manage Josslyn's captivity. Brennan may think he can push Cullum out. Rick may think he can carry out his plan with Ava quietly. Willow may think her leverage scheme will work, but Port Charles has a way of punishing people who think they are one step ahead. The emotional heart of Thursday's spoilers remains Josslyn. She is trapped, scared, and facing someone she believes may be ready to end her life. Carly is searching, but she may not know where to look. Britt may understand the danger, but it is unclear whether her warning can change anything in time. Brennan and Cullum are locked in a tense standoff, and Cullum's refusal to leave could make everything worse. So the biggest question now is painfully simple. Can Carly get to Josslyn before Cassius, Sidwell, Cullum, or anyone else turns this hostage crisis into something irreversible? And what do you think Josslyn should do if she gets even one chance to escape Wyndemere? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this storyline is getting darker fast. And if you want daily General Hospital spoilers, recaps, and updates, make sure you stay connected for the next twist in Port Charles.